righty. Good morning, everybody, and attention, and welcome to the City of Philadelphia's special celebration of the career of Coach Fran Dunphy. I'll be your host today. My name's Ray Smriglio, former in-game host of the Temple Owls. I retired about a year ago, and there is one man on this planet that can get me out of my retirement in my old age, and that is Coach Fran Dunphy. So let's make some noise one more time for Fran. Today is a special tribute to a man that has been a staple of Philadelphia's basketball scene for more than 5 decades. Fran Dunphy is the most accomplished coach in Big Five history. He has a career record of 580 wins and 325 losses, which includes 18 20-win seasons, 17 NCAA tournament appearances, 14 conference championships, 8 Big Five titles, 1 NIT appearance, and he has been inducted in both the Penn and Big Five Hall of Fame. He is one of the most decorated coaches in college basketball history. Fran has had an amazing career and will long be remembered for his team's many accomplishments, and has touched the lives of so many of us in this room and in this great city. And now, to officially start our program, it is my privilege to introduce to you the City Representative, Sheila Hess.
Thank you so much, Ray. Welcome morning, everyone. So, as you heard, I'm honored to serve as City Representative, and I'm Sheila Hess, but what a great way to kick off this week. After last night's devastating loss, we are here to celebrate today, and no other than a special victory today than with the celebration and recognition of Philly's own Coach Fran Dunphy. So let's give a round of applause. And it is my honor to celebrate this special event and thank all of you for spending the morning with us as we celebrate a true Philadelphia icon who all of us admire for the unprecedented success on the basketball court. But more than that, he has contributed so much to our city of Philadelphia through his career and always gives back to others. So many of us are great fans of just the many accomplishments that Coach Dunphy has done, but we all know that it is more than on the court, as I said. Coach Dunphy, he is a proud graduate of Malvern Prep. He went to and played at LaSalle, and he stayed local. So he became that assistant coach at LaSalle. He got his master's even at Villanova, became the head coach of Penn and Temple. Go Owls, it's proud Temple alum. And the winningest coach, as we heard, of the Big Five history. So the coaching business, you all showed great loyalty, the affection, and the commitment for our city, and we are so thankful that you chose to stay in Philadelphia during your tenure. So during your career, you have done, as I mentioned, Coaches for Cancer, and I've had the honor of knowing what you've done when I worked at Independence Blue Cross. And Coach, thank you to you and the other coaches for the incredible support that you do for Coaches for Cancer, Big Brothers, Big Sisters, and so many other nonprofits. And we know that you remain at Temple and work on many endeavors in our city that will continue to benefit our residents and represent us well. So there's so many people joining us today. There's family, there's colleagues, there's friends, there's city employees, and I hope you feel the Philly love, and right here at City Hall with Mayor Kenny. You've touched so many lives, and you are an incredible role model to all of us. So now it is time to start the program, and Coach Dunphy's first job as a coach, head coach, occurred in 1989 with the University of Pennsylvania. And over the next 17 years, he won 10 Ivy League championships and became the school's all-time winningest head coach. So representing Penn, we have with us Nat Graham, associate head coach of the men's basketball team. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. All right. I'm not sure what happened right there. Thank you to City Representative Hess. It's an honor to be here and get a chance to speak on behalf of Coach Dunphy. I did not get the coat and tie memo, so when I was a player for Coach Dunphy, I remember that he once said something to the effect, it's a little bit edited, but something to the effect of, I don't care what you wear as long as you play hard, so I'm going to try to do my best up here, even though I may be underdressed. So Coach Dunphy, during this final season here with Temple, I saw a video towards the end of it that said something to the effect of, it's not about you in life, and those were the words that he hoped to impart on the younger generation. So as you've heard a little bit, Coach Dunphy obviously has a storied career. It's been a Hall of Fame career, all the wins, the winningest coach in Big Five history. I'm sure they're going to name the coaching award, which he just won again this season. They're going to name the award after him because he's won so many Big Five games and overall games. But if I know him at all, I don't think that's necessarily how he wants to be remembered. So I think typically when something like this happens and a coach is recognized, you know, there's a great player that comes up and speaks on their behalf. Well, I'm not that guy. I was not that player. I had a fairly unremarkable career playing at Penn. But, you know, I think looking back at my time under Coach Dunphy's tutelage, I think the things that stand out to me the most are not the basketball lessons that he taught us and strategy and those things like that. It's those times when he instilled in us that it is not about us, that it was about the greater world, that the team was bigger, the university was bigger, the world was bigger. We owe it to our teammates, to our schools, to our families, to everybody to remember that. And the things that I remember are those things when Coach Dunphy illustrated that to us, sometimes when he didn't even know he was. So, you know, every Thanksgiving, each of us would go around following Coach Dunphy's lead and speak about those things that we were thankful for. So that was one time where, you know, I think he instilled in 18 to 23-year-old men who don't always get that the world doesn't revolve around them, that that it was more than just us. I also remember watching him, and he spoke to everyone, whoever it was around Penn, whether it was the equipment guy or maintenance or custodial staff. He always spoke to them. He remembered their names. He took time to talk to them, remember their families. And then as a coach, I often see him around gyms in Philadelphia, and he always makes time for everybody who comes up to him, which is quite a few. And he talks to them. He remembers them. He takes time to make them feel special and appreciated and all those things. And those are the things I remember. And the last thing I'll say is, you know, as a player and a graduate of an Ivy League school, I think a lot of us were not necessarily privileged when we went to an Ivy League school. We didn't necessarily come from privileged black backgrounds. But once we got that Ivy League degree, we most assuredly were privileged. And I think Coach Dunphy instilled in all of us that we dare not forget that just because we had that privilege, that the other people around us were no less than us, that we were no better than them, and that we took time to share time with them, to speak to them, to remember those families, and to honor their dignity. So I will say, last thing, just briefly, that even though he's right that it's not about you, that today, for briefly this moment anyway, it is about Coach Dunphy. Thank you. I forgot, I'm supposed to announce Aaron McKee. This is Aaron McKee.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. It's no surprise that we're here to celebrate Coach Dunphy. Just one of the all-time greats. We talk about basketball all the time, but just the person that he is. He's one of the all-time great people. It's been a tour for him all year long, and I know it makes you uncomfortable because as Nat was just saying here, Coach Dunphy would always say this to the guys every day at practice: it's not about you. And it is about you, and deservingly so. You're a good guy, good person, and good things happen for good people. And that's why we're here to celebrate you. The giving of your time, your commitment to service and the things that you do outside of basketball, your leadership to Temple University, University of Penn, is unmatched. And I hope that I can accomplish half of what you did throughout your career, not just on the court, off the court, because that's our job as coaches and as people, is to serve. And he's a wonderful example of that. And you continue to be a great example for me, a mentor to me. I watch you every day, I study you every day, and I try to grow from it. Wish you all the best and success, your continued success. I'm sure I'll be seeing you on Temple's campus. So, good luck, Coach. Next up, I want to bring his #1 fan up. He's around us all the time. And honestly, I'm jealous of you guys' relationship, because I wish my brother can be alongside of me to watch me grow. My brother didn't get a chance to see me play basketball. He's not going to get a chance to see me coach. But Dennis Dunphy is there for Franny every day, on the road, practice, and I admire that. So without further ado, I'd like to bring up Dennis.
Oh, well. All right, I always said that he used to be my brother, now I'm his brother. But I'm very honored, an honor to be here and see all my family and friends. And thank you, Mayor, for having us, and Temple, and everyone at Penn, and the boys. And so anyway, we're just a little thing about the family. Down on Columbus Boulevard is our grandfather and grandmother. Name is inscribed on a Italian plaque down there, and we're very proud of that. And we are Philadelphia. We're from the Devil's Pocket, as they call it, in Grace Ferry, and got a few fans. And just want to say, I wish my mom and dad were here for this. I did teach him everything he knows, but we're still working on that. And I hope the Big Five coaches continue the tradition that is so important to all of us. And it means, you know, we grew up with it, and we need it. And I just hope that that tradition for our families continues as we go along. And again, thank you very much for being here, and I love my brother. And here's Sheila Hess coming back.
Thank you so much, Aaron and Denny. That was awesome, and we learned even more about Fran. So now, moving along, for your wonderful remarks, it is time for us to introduce Mayor Jim Kenney, who, like Fran, is also a graduate of LaSalle University, who has a special presentation to him today. And Mayor Kenney grew up in South Philly and is a big proponent of the benefits of athletics for young people and how it can help both boys and girls the path of success. So please give a round of applause to welcome Mayor Kenney.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good morning to everyone. It's great to be here to recognize Fran Dunphy, an exceptional head basketball coach at the University of Pennsylvania and at Temple University. Fran showed nothing but true passion for coaching and helping each and every team succeed throughout his 30-year career. Before starting his career as a coach, he was a dedicated basketball player during his time as a student at LaSalle. Later, he became the first person to serve as the head coach for two Philadelphia Big Five institutions, Temple University and the University of Pennsylvania, and is known as the all-time winningest men's basketball coach in Big Five history. I played sports growing up, and I know firsthand that you only grow as an athlete when you have a coach who doesn't just tell you the rules of the game, but also leads, mentors, and inspires you and your teammates. And one of my former high school football coaches, Jim Panetta, is here, and he looks better than me. So thank you for all the inspiration you gave me, Coach. I appreciate it. It is Fran's leadership qualities, dedication, and care that helped his teams thrive. Considering his historic 580 coaching wins, being named Philadelphia Big Five Coach of the Year while at Temple, and decades of leading his teams towards historic wins, it is only fitting that he was inducted into the Big Five Hall of Fame this past April and is being recognized today. Fran is also a leader off the court. Alongside 5 fellow NCAA Division I men's basketball coaches, Fran and his wife, Ree, helped to raise $6.3 million for cancer research and patient programs at last month's Coaches versus Cancer basketball. Now in his 16th year, this annual fundraiser continues to support cancer research and treatment with the support of Independence Blue Cross, amongst other generous sponsors. Because of his work on and off the court, he will receive the PHL Sports John Wanamaker Athletic Award on June 11th, which honors outstanding athletes, teams, and coaches who represent the true spirit of our city. Needless to say, Fran exemplifies what it means to be a leader and trailblazer. He truly deserves this recognition, and I thank him for his many years of service to the city of Philadelphia. You know, growing up in Philadelphia, having the opportunity to attend the games at the Palestra was always a wonderful thing. The thing I missed the most about Big Five basketball are Big Five doubleheaders at the Palestra. They were some of the best games ever, and anybody could beat anybody on any given day. And Coach McKee, I want to congratulate you and wish you well. You've been an icon and institution in this city for basketball and for sports, and I want to wish you the best for this upcoming season. So, Coach, I have a bell for you. It actually rings, unlike the real one, which doesn't ring. So I want to just say thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And thanks to Ray, Sheila, Aaron, Matt, my good brother Dennis, and I thought you did a great job, by the way. I'm proud of you, very proud of you. I was just thinking as I walked around a little bit to see the portraits, and then I saw the list of all those mayors that have served this city under my lifetime. And so I wrote them down. And it was Mayor Samuel and Mayor Clark and Mayor Dilworth and Mayor Tate, Mayor Rizzo, Mayor Green, Mayor Good, Mayor Rendell, Mayor Street, Mayor Nutter, and now fellow LaSalle grad Jim Kenney. Pretty impressive list of people who have had jobs that, in all honesty, I question you sometimes, why you would want these unbelievable tasks that you have to perform. I can't imagine the amount of fires that you have to put out every single day. And so over the years, I've admired people who are in these offices and the kinds of work that they do. And it's hard. It's a hard, hard job. But again, to be admired, and I'm inspired by what it is that you guys all do and have done over all of these years. Your service to a great, great city is remarkable. As my brother was talking about, we grew up in Southwest Philly after our parents grew up in the pocket, and we stayed Philadelphia. We're a little bit out of Delaware County and Montgomery County these days, but it's all about Philadelphia is what this is. So I'm grateful for that. I was just given this honorary doctorate last week at Temple, and they gave me this honor, and one of my comments was, you're kidding with this honor. I've been so honored by 2 great, fabulous institutions, actually 3, in LaSalle, who gave me a chance so many years ago, and then Penn gave me a chance, and then Temple gave me a chance. It's really all the honor that I've ever needed. And so I'm very, very grateful for that. I'm grateful for the amount of time that I've spent. I'm grateful to the family that I have and the friends that I have collected. I'd like to think I've done a great job of collecting friends. And I appreciate that. I appreciate the relationships that I have with all of these folks. And some of them are here today. I've watched and admired many of you in the office, in this office today, as to how you've lived your life and how, again, we are all tied by that one great thought of being part of the fabric of Philadelphia. I appreciate Mayor Kenney's comments of double headers at the Palestra, and when I got a chance to play in those, every game was a 92-08 sellout. Probably wasn't, but that was my remembrance of every game being crazy and down to the wire and those kinds of things. So those of us who have had that honor of playing in the Big Five, and I actually got a chance to watch the Big Five games as a as a grade schooler, and then through my high school years, and then I got a chance to play. Then I got a chance to eventually have the key to the front door of the Palestra. Who has that? Who does that? And then I got a chance to succeed a legend like John Chaney and learn from him and watch how he lived his life and how he has given back. And now I'm going to pass that torch on to Aaron McKee, who's going to do a terrific job at Temple University. So I'm grateful for what the city has given to me today to give a chance for all of us to gather and get together. I want to just mention one other person if I can, and that is David Montgomery, who we lost last week. So I had a chance to go to Dave's house last week, and there was a story that was playing, sort of a documentary on David before the Phillies game, the day that he passed away. And Jim Salisbury was talking to, there was an interview that Jim Salisbury had with David. And the question was, how do you want to be remembered? And David thought for a minute, and he thought about the statue that is around City Hall here of John Wanamaker. And at the bottom of that statue is, there's one word. And David commented on that. He said that one word is citizen. And that's what he wanted to be. He lived an unbelievable life. He is maybe as fine a man as I've ever known, David Montgomery. And to do what he did for this city and for the Phillies and everybody that he met and came in contact with was a remarkable, remarkable life. And he left us way too soon. But we will remember him greatly. And if we could all be that signature of citizen, then we're all pretty good. We're all in pretty good shape, and this city will be as great as it can be. And while we admit that we are not perfect, we work hard to be the best that we can. And so for me, grateful for today, grateful for all of your attendance, grateful for the city of Philadelphia and what it's given to us and done for us. And thank you very, very much for all of your attendance. Appreciate it.
Thank you all for coming for today's program. Another round of applause for Coach Fran Dunphy.
Councilman Squilla, if you'd like to come join us in the photo.